a big update in that case, in the probe that's going on. Sources now suggest that the Enforcement Directorate has conducted searches at a hospital linked to a Karnataka minister in a money laundering case. That's the latest that has come in as far as this smuggling case probe is concerned. Of course, happened earlier this morning. In fact, still going on, that raid at a hospital owned by a minister in Karnataka. Reports suggesting that this was Karnataka's Home Minister G. Parmeshwara. Of course, we will keep getting you more on this, but this is the big update that has come in. More details will still trickle in as to what was the link behind this and what was the reasoning of this raid that is being carried out at a hospital. But that's the big update that has come in into this investigation into the Ranya Rao smuggling case. Bhavtosh and Neha, my colleagues, are there with us. Bhavtosh, what more details do you have? What is currently happening as far as this raid is concerned? Why was it carried out?
Well, ED had taken cognizance of the DRI prosecution complaint, or the complaint that was filed by DRI after they arrested Ranya Rao and Telugu actor, and also the CBI FIR that was filed in this case. Subsequent to that, ED had filed a case for forex violation, and they are now carrying out raids and searches at various premises that are directly or indirectly linked to the Karnataka Home Minister. So far, ED has officially not issued a statement. What sources have said is that they are looking at the possibility of the gold smuggling or the proceeds of gold smuggling linked to premises that could have been acquired by individuals who are said to be close to Ranya Rao. Yesterday, Ranya Rao and her male co-actor, their bail, they were given a default bail, but they could not be released from jail primarily because of the fact that their detention for 1 year was extended by the Customs Department under COFEPOSA, which is Conservation of Foreign Exchange and Prevention of Smuggling Act. What sources have said is that ED is presently carrying out raids at multiple locations, and they will be issuing a statement once these searches are over.
All right, let me also go across to Neha, who is in Karnataka. Neha, what is the update that you are getting as far as these raids are concerned?
Well, yes, Shreya, of course, like Bhavtosh there was pointing out, now we do know that, there are raids that are currently underway in Tumkur district of Karnataka, the district of the Karnataka Home Minister there, G. Parmeshwara. In fact, at one of the colleges that, is linked to him is where we know that the ED searches have been on from this morning. What exactly triggered these raids, of course, is still unclear right now, given that the Enforcement Directorate hasn't put out an official statement there. But yes, from sources, what we are gathering is about, 5 vehicles having officers of the Enforcement Directorate. Their officials arrived this morning. Searches have been on ever since. Now, of course, are they possibly going to be seizing some documents there? Is there something specific in terms of evidence that they're searching for at these premises? All of this unclear at this point. But it was, of course, on the lead of the DRI investigation that's continuously been on in this case, that's been probing the gold smuggling links that Ranya Rao had, in the larger scheme of things, the entire international gold smuggling case itself. Earlier as well, of course, when there was a suggestion that, maybe Ranya Rao's father, the DGP Ramchandra Rao, in fact, who happens to be quite close to a couple of the ministers in the state, may have used influence earlier, to try and get her out of the case. That was the only other time that we actually saw the name of the Karnataka Home Minister there popping up. However, as far as this entire case now is concerned, and the ED searches in specific are concerned, we'll have to wait there for an official statement from the Enforcement Directorate.
All right, Neha, stay with me. Bhavtosh, thanks very much for getting us that update. We're also